This is only a test of your emergency stock notification system. Do not be alarmed. Stay in your seats. Remain seated. Do not touch that dial. I repeat, this is only a test. And this is Dennis Hudson at OrangeQuant.com. Just a brief comment on today's action. This is Thursday, May 6, 2010. It's after the close. Unless you live under a rock someplace and never come out, you already know what happened today. And I'm going to show you that chart in case you've forgotten it by some strange miracle. I want to talk very briefly about what this means and also how we can draw some information from it, some useful information. So hang on, the logo is getting ready to get out of here and we'll be able to talk about the chart. Okay, here it is, and just for the sake of clarity, let's talk about where that chart really went. It went all the way down there, like I drew it, and what it tells us about today's action, what that tells us, very simply, is that the market is a whole lot more nervous than we've been giving it credit for. Now, you know, on the forecast for the Q2 forecast and the recent SPY update, if you look at that carefully, you can see there's no real nearby support on those synthetic trend lines. And that's because there just wasn't anything to draw in there. But now we have some information that may help us determine a support level, a possible support level after today's action. See, something like this happened back in June of, I think it was 2005. It might have been 2006. But some trader entered the wrong numbers on a NASDAQ trade and sold off a bunch or bought, I can't remember which it was, did something and added a bunch of zeros by accident apparently, and it just really tumbled the markets and everything was crazy, and so they canceled all trades from that point forward for that day. Something like that may have happened today. There are rumors. I'm inclined to believe the rumors because the only substantive news item was the Greek tragedy that's continuing. And if that were going to impact the market this way, it would have happened in the morning, not in the afternoon as it did today. So things like that happen, and then, you know, it triggered a lot of, they say it triggered a lot of buys, automatic buys, but then it had to have triggered a lot of sells too. So I'm not really following their logic on this as to why it came back up. My logic is the plunge protection team took one look at it and said, let's go. All right, now previously I had said in a forecast on the SPY that we'll have these violent dips with about a 50% recovery. As you can see, it recovered more than 50% of its loss. So that can happen too. But I think my theory is that now it is probably going to sink back to about 110 probably in the next day or two. Now this is just a seat of the pants guess here. But if you notice, the distance from 105 to 113 is about 8, so that'd be about 4. So about 109 would be about the middle of that. It's going to sink to about 109 or 108 in the next couple of days, if I fully expect that. And the reason I say that is because that's how most traders think. That's how a lot of institutional traders think. So it tends to be a self-fulfilling sort of prophecy. So you might be able to get some good trading action out of that. So from now on, watch every news item. I don't care if it's a news item about a butterfly having to spit on a bee. Just watch. This market is going to be jittery from here on out, just like after the China meltdown in March of '07. It's going to be jittery for months, and the least little thing is going to rattle it because people just don't trust what happened today. So again, the nugget that I take away from today, just to wrap up, is that this is probably going to sink back because it's shown us support at 105, and I think it's going to come back up halfway, or go back down halfway to that, and it's going to retest the 105 level pretty soon, I would imagine. If not this quarter, certainly by next quarter. Okay, I'm Dennis Hudson, OrangeQuant.com. I'm glad you stopped by, and good luck to you out there. Stay with me.